Stories have very simple shapes, ones that computers can understand. This is a GI axis, good fortune, ill fortune, death, terrible disease, poverty, boisterous, good health, happiness up here. This is the BE axis, beginning, entropy. The simplest story, and if you stay home and watch this on television, it'll be told again and again and again. Nobody ever gets tired of this story. I call it Man in a Hole, but it needn't be about a man in a hole. Somebody gets into trouble, gets out of it again. Now another story that's very popular, I call it Boy Meets Girl, but it needn't be about a boy or a girl. It's somebody on a day like any other day comes across something perfectly wonderful. Oh boy! And gets it back again. Another story, very popular, starts down here. It's a young girl, teenage, I guess, maybe 17, 18. Why is she so low? Well, her mother's died. And her father has remarried almost immediately to a terrible old battle axe with two mean daughters. And there's a party at the palace that night. And she doesn't get to go. So did she get even sadder? No. She's a stout-hearted little girl. Its maximum grief is death of her mother. So everybody leaves for the party, and the fairy godmother shows up and gives her pantyhose, mascara, perfume, everything you need to go to a party and have a good time. So she goes, and the prince falls in love with her. So the clock strikes 12, as promised, and so she loses all the stuff. It's a very steep drop here. It doesn't take long for a clock to strike 12. Does she drop down to the same level? No. For the rest of her life, she'll remember the time she was the belle of the ball. So she poops along at this considerably improved level until the shoe fits, and she becomes off-scale happy. There's a Franz Kafka story, very pessimistic. Starts down here. There's this rather unattractive, not particularly nice-looking, not very personable young man who has a really lousy job and disagreeable relatives. And it's time for him to go to work again, and he has turned into a cockroach.
That is right.